Right, recruiting people of color and women to an industry that is frankly made up mostly of white men. Force Indy is a partnership that sprouted during the pandemic and is growing strong nearly 3 years later. Derek Morris knows the ins and outs of a race car. He's had a thing for them since he was a kid.
My dad took me to the track to IMS when I was 12, and I've never seen anything go that fast before, so I was hooked.
Now at age 29, he's a crew chief for Force Indy.
We're responsible for maintenance, setting up the car, the overall performance physically of the race car.
Derek was working on police cruisers at the city garage when he says he received a call that would change his life.
And I got super excited because, I thought my dream of being in motorsports was dead, and it was kind of like a dream come true getting that phone call.
I've known Derek since he was 13 years old.
Derek took part in Rod Reed's youth motorsports program. Rod quickly recognized his talents as a young racer and respected Derek's move to eventually shift to mechanics.
He had the wherewithal to move into the mechanics with going to school, high-performance engine school, and studying. And so he was a no-brainer when I decided to start Force Indy that I called him.
Now, Derek is part of the growing team founded by Rod Reed and Roger Penske in October of 2020 as an effort to get more black and brown people and women into all aspects of racing.
There was not a presence of blacks in the motorsports. And I'm not talking about just drivers, I'm talking about throughout the paddock. There weren't team owners, there weren't crew chiefs or mechanics. I just thought it was a travesty that here we are in Indianapolis, the motorsports capital of the world, if you will, and we didn't have a presence, we didn't have representation among people who look like me.
Rod has spent the last 2.5 years not only building a team, but also watching it excel, making history in the USF Pro 2000 series and the Indy Next series.
We were very fortunate that in August 29th of 2021, Miles Rowe won our race in New Jersey and became the first black to ever win an IndyCar sanctioned event.
The goal is to grow and groom this team to rise in the IndyCar ranks, to eventually race in the Indy 500 and races like it. Derek is proud to be part of that effort and knows there is still work to do, since he still sees few people who look like him in the garages and on the tracks.
It's a little bit challenging and honestly kind of inspiring, because I'm hoping to break that mold and kind of inspire people to maybe get interested in something that's not predominantly racing isn't super known in my culture, and regardless of what you look like, where you come from, you can enjoy this great sport of racing.
Well, Rod Reed hopes his venture brings diversity to all aspects of the racing industry, not only driving and mechanics. He says there's a need for people interested in fields from marketing and public relations to healthcare. If you want to learn more about Force Indy or get involved, we've included a link to their site in this story at WRTV.com and the WRTV app.